Hello, good morning. My name is Kylie Mabuna from Betsy Pet to STEM. So, I'm gonna show you on how to use the LOGISMs and by answering the problems in the experiment 8 that were given to us. So, let's start. The first one is the problem is that a locker has been rented in the bank. Express the process of opening the locker in terms of digital operation. So in this problem is to open to opening the locker is I'm gonna show you on I'm gonna show you on how to open the locker by using the operation of AND gate. So first one is we're gonna use the AND gate circuit. So let's do the AND gate circuit first. So So for this one is to open the locker is the renter in the bank is zero, then the locker is also this then almost then the same are zero. Then if the renter is one, then the bank is zero, then the output is already and is zero. Then if the bank is one, then the renter is zero, then the output is also a zero. And if the renter is one, then the bank is is also a one, then the locker is also a one to open the locker. So that's in how to use in the AND operation in logism and answering the question in number one. So for the next one is the second problem is the number two. Draw the truth table and the circuit to realize each expression using AND gates or gates and inverter. So there are different. For our next problem is the W. So output na W is equals to A times B plus C naught. So let's do this first. Connect. Then for the output, this one. So for the truth table is the input 8 to 0 0 and 0, then the output is 1. Then the input A A B A B and are off are 0, then the input C are 1, then the output is 0. Then if 0 0 1 is the output is 1, then if 0 0 then 1 1, then the output is 0. Then if 1 0 0, then the output is also a 1. Then if 1 0 then 1, then the output is 0. Then for the next one is the 1 then 1, then the 0, then the output is also a 1. Then if we use the last one is 1 then 1 then 1. So the output is also 1. So for the next one is the y is equals to quantity to a, not a, or b, plus quantity a to not b. So this is so we're gonna simulate the circuit. So we should connect the circuit first. So I already put the some components in here, so we are less consuming, time consuming. So for this one is the 0 0 is 0 is equals to input to output to 0. Then if the 0 1, then the output is also a 0. Then if the input A is 1, then the input B is 0, then the output is 0, then 1, then 1, then the output is 1. So for the next one is x equals to not quantity A, quantity not A, plus quantity to A plus quantity not B. So we should connect the circuit first. So for the truth table is the input A and B. So 0 is equals to 0 is equals to 1, then then 1, then 1 is equals to 0, 1 1 to 0, then 1, then 0, then 1 is equals to 1, then if 1 1, then the output is also 1. So for the last question in the number 2 is the j is equals to a or b plus c naught and a plus b naught and a or a naught or b plus c. There. There. So for the first one is we should connect the lines first, then Okay, so we should check if the wiring are okay. Mm, mm, okay, so we should start the truth table. So for the first one is is the input A, B, and C are off, then the output is 1. Then if the C are the only one are open, then the output is 0. Then if the output B are the only open, then the output is 0. Then the if P and C are only open, then the output is also 0. Then if one are input A are the only open, then the input is also a 0. Then if one, z, 1 and rather input A and C are the only open, then the input is 1. Then if if input A and B are the only open, then the input is also 1. Then if all of inputs are open, then the output is also open or 1. So for the next one is the number 3. For the last experiment in the 8 experiment 8 is the number 3. A bulb has in a staircase has two switches, one switch being at the ground floor and the other one at the first floor. The bulb can be turned on and also can be turned off by one of the switches irrespective of the state of the other switch. The logic of the switching of the bulb resembles. Express the process in terms of digital operation use software simulation. So in this problem, we should use the XOR gate to solve the number 3 question, and we can see if the bulb and the ground floor and the first floor can open the lights in bulb. So we can see in which switch we can open. We should simulate. So for the truth table is if the both of them is off in the ground floor and the first floor, then the bulb is 0, is also off. Then then if the ground floor is off, then the first floor is open the bulb, then the bulb is also will open or the output. Then if the ground floor switch are open and the first floor is off, then the bulb is also open. Then if the both if the first in if the ground floor and the first floor are open bulb, then the are open switch rather, then the bulb is will be off or will be 0.